Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and today's video is about never chase after being dumped. So, I want to explain to you why you don't ever want to chase after somebody when they break up with you, and how doing that will only cause issues that you don't want. They will only make the situation worse. If someone ends your relationship and you want them back, you have to understand there is a very limited amount of options that you can do to reattract them. Now, pursuing them and chasing them is not one of those options. And if you do that, if you go with your instinct to pursue, to call them, to tell them how much you love them, how much you miss them, how much you care about them, to do a grand gesture, well, all those things are going to cause more harm than good. What I want you guys to understand is that it is very normal to want to do those things, to chase them, because that's what we do. Someone backs up and then you chase. It's instinctual because our separation anxiety kicks in on a very deep level. And the more anxiety you have, as a person, the more it's going to trigger your abandonment issues and your fears and make you more likely to go after them and chase after them. And, fearful that they're going to abandon you for good. So I've got a really good email today that I want to share with you guys because I think this one could help you a lot. This email is from Dave, who says, "Hey Coach, so I'm going through a breakup and I'm having a really hard time. I have been with my girlfriend for 10 years. We have 2 kids together. I've had to switch my work schedule about 6 months ago, and we haven't been spending much time together. I'm so tired that on the weekends I don't feel like doing anything. She gets angry at me for sleeping all the time. Then, as the months went on, we started arguing more and more. Now, she said she can't do it anymore. She's tired of it, and she told me she wants me to move out. At first, I refused to leave the house, and she stayed at her sister's house for about a week with the kids. I told her to come home with the kids, and I will go stay with my brother." Alright. So, he goes to say, "I was hoping that if I stayed there, it would force her to want to work it out." Yeah, good luck trying to force a woman to feel something. Yeah, I know your instinct is, that's your logic, but that's not how women act, and that's just not what they respond to. So, first of all, let me say, I am sorry that you're going through this. I can imagine it must be really difficult. You've been with this woman for 10 years. You obviously love her. You have kids together. You had to switch your work schedule. That's rough. I can understand that. And it's hard to let go of somebody in this situation. But here's what I'm seeing. It sounds like because your work schedule changed, you weren't spending much time with her and the kids, and she was getting frustrated. She probably told you that many times, and she probably kept reaching out to you, and you were repeatedly making excuses. She kept reaching, you were making excuses. At that point, you were probably using a pattern of, just repeatedly making an excuse as to why you're tired, and she kept pushing you to pay attention to her. Now, when you weren't paying any attention to her, she probably turned away at some point and said something like, "You don't care about me." And she probably left you alone. And yet you were so tired that you were just sleeping and didn't care that she was leaving you alone. You were thinking, "Oh, finally peace and quiet." But the situation was getting worse. Then, after she could see that you weren't trying to repair the situation, she probably had an emotional meltdown with you. You guys would start arguing. You would repeatedly use logic and reason to defend your position. "I'm tired. I just don't feel like it." And meanwhile, she's trying to get you to change and give her your attention. Guys, if your girl is telling you something, you need to listen to her and validate her feelings. I'm going to say this again because it's extremely important. If your girl is telling you something, you need to listen to her and not be defensive and validate what she has to say. In your case, it would be something like what I'm about to say. You would say something like, this is what you're saying to her. You're tired of how much time I've been sleeping. You feel like I'm not spending enough time with you. Is that right? And if she says yes, then you say, okay, you're right. I have been sleeping a lot more on the weekends because of my new work schedule. And if I was in your shoes, I would feel the same way and it would bother me too. Notice how I didn't say anything about you being tired because she gets that. She knows you've said that a lot already. Then you say something like, you know what? I miss you guys. Hug her, hold her, tell her, you miss her too. And then take her to do something fun together, That's what you needed to do at the time. And guys, you may be in a situation where you could see what's going on, or in your present moment, this is what you need to do. But and now where you're at, buddy, you're trying to force her to make it work. You can't force anyone to want to be with you. She feels smothered right now. So remember when I said to you guys that when I started the video, when somebody is breaking up with you, you can't chase them because you're going to make them feel smothered. They need space and you're trying to smother them more. Now, what I think you need to do in your situation is go to your brother's house, give her space, start making plans with your kids on the weekends, and the only reason you should be contacting her is about the kids. Don't contact her talking to her about, I miss you, I love you. No, none of that at all. Only about the kids and setting up when you can spend some time with your kids. Anything other than that, anything about feelings is going to make her feel more smothered. You need to leave her alone and let her come to you. If she starts to see that you really do care about the kids and that you're changing by spending time with your kids, she'll make a mental note of that. And wait until she contacts you. When she does, if she's not contacting you about the kids, set a fun date together, spend some time together. However, when you do, and this is an evening date by the way, just want to remind you, when you go out on the date, do not talk about your feelings at all. Nothing about I miss you, nothing about I love you. You're going to chase her and push her away if you do any of that. The only thing you're allowed to do is reciprocate at most at whatever level of intensity it is. So if she says to you, tonight was kind of fun, then you say, yeah, tonight was kind of fun. No higher. No, tonight was kind of fun. Baby, I miss you, I love you, I can't be without you. Okay? Just going to chase her away. If she says to you, you know what, I really do miss this, I miss you, I do love you, then you could say, you know what, I do miss and love you too. See? No higher, no higher. Nothing should be higher in intensity, as that's going to make her feel smothered. As a matter of fact, I don't even want you to mention going out on another date or seeing her again in any kind of way, unless she's saying it and you're reciprocating it. Do not say it. You're going to feel tempted at the end of the evening to be like, can we do this again soon? Don't do it. You do that, it's going to push her away. You got to let her come back to you again. It might take another week, 2 weeks for her to do it, whatever. That's how you have to do this. Let her come back to you. Then when she does, set the date and continue to do that until she's feeling safe with you, no longer feeling smothered, and then you'll see that you got a good chance of working this out. So, if you'd like to get my help personally, you can always go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for whatever coaching works best for you. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of great content coming your way. I don't want you guys to miss out. And just going to wrap up by reminding you guys, someone backs away, let them have the space. So, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.